Hello and welcome again. I posted a video earlier today in response to Flat Earth Perth, and he had challenged me to show a video from the top of Traprain Law, showing the view across to the Queensferry Crossing Bridge and the hills beyond. And he claimed that if I did a video from the top of Traprain Law at 221 meters or a little bit higher, that this would actually show the hills in the distance were above the height of the bridge towers, and this would constitute a proof that the Earth is flat. Now, I posted my video, and I found a video that I'd shot the very first day I went on to Traprain Law. It was rather hazy, and I had to also capture some stills from that video and enhance adjust the levels a little bit to enhance the image a little bit before we could really see clearly what was going on. And I was frustrated whilst I was making that video because I knew that locked away somewhere I must have some better footage than that. And about an hour after or maybe half an hour after I posted the video, I found this video, which is much clearer and gives a much better view of the bridges and the hills. So I'm going to play this video, a part of this video for you. In the end, I end up going around in a complete 360, and it's not really very helpful for us for this particular purpose. So I'll stop after a couple of minutes. But here we are at the top of Traprain Law. On the right hand side you can see the rock shelter, and on the left here is the trig point, and there's the rock shelter that's been built for climbers once they get up there. It's quite useful actually to get into that and shelter from the wind sometimes. So zooming in across to where the bridges are, and I'll maybe just pause the video in a moment when we get a little bit closer. No, that'll do there. You can see, I hope, these white sort of triangular shapes here. These are the three bridge towers of the Queensferry Crossing and the cables. And the reason they're showing up white instead of dark here is because the sun is behind me because it is morning. And in the other videos that I've shot, the sun was much further round to the southwest and therefore shining at an angle towards the side and the back of the bridges. You can see here also we have the Hopetoun Monument on top of Byers Hill, which is also at 210 meters, the same height as the bridge here. And we can see the three mountains, Ben Lomond, Ben Narnain and Beinn, all well below the height of the monument tower, and also level or below the height of the bridges. The video zooms in more closely now on the bridges. And I hope you can see clearly from this shot that Cairnoch Hill is way below the top of the bridge tower. So that's quite a nice shot with the bridge towers centrally located in the frame. And once I've recorded this on this occasion, I moved round to show the Hopetoun Monument and the three more distant mountains in a little bit more close-up detail. This is much clearer than the video that I produced earlier. So this, just stop there. This is Beinn. Earl Seaton Dunbrack are about here and roughly level with the top of the bridge tower. They may be poked slightly above, but not much. Beinn a little bit more above. The wind turbine here is also featured in another video of mine proving that the Earth is not flat. And here we're going round to the Hopetoun Monument and the three mountains just to the right. So the Hopetoun Monument is here. There's a little sort of circular platform around the top, and my camera in the shots that I've taken from there is on that circular platform, possibly a metre below the very top point. You can see how there's sort of central circular wall here juts a little bit higher than the platform itself. This is Ben Lomond, this is Ben Narnain, and this is Beinn, and all are below the 210 metre height at the top of the Hopetoun Monument. Now I'm at 221 metres with my camera, possibly 222, taking this particular shot. So I should be looking down slightly onto this. Even if the earth was flat, I'm looking slightly down towards this point, and yet these mountains are all way below the monument itself. So if you pan back out a little bit, there are a few other hills and mountains up to the right-hand side here. Most of them are actually closer to the camera than these three. There may be some others that are in the distance. I haven't captured any stills. I managed to save this particular video clip into a different folder, which is why I've only just found it. So I'll have to capture some stills off this and see what I can identify. I know that this is Dumyat, which is actually quite close to, much closer than Ben Lomond and Narnain and Beinn here. I'm not sure about these other hills and mountains. So I think that's just about all that's useful from this particular video. Flat Earth Perth was responding particularly to my video of the bridges. A little bit more close up there from of the Hopetoun Monument and the other hills and mountains that we can see. There is obviously some cloud out across there, which is going to make life a little bit more difficult. And I think from this point I continue to pan round to the right. That's round towards the north, showing the Fife coast and the countryside, and there's wind turbines and so on. So I'm going to stop that there and just save this and then publish it as it is. So thanks for watching, and there we have another demonstration that the view from 222 meters is supporting the globe Earth, and definitely not, as Flat Earth Perth claimed, going to prove a flat Earth.